To access free topic sheets, worksheets, or to book an online class, visit ilearneasy.co.uk. That makes sense. This is used when something is logical or understandable. For example, "Oh, okay, that makes sense now." "I'm just about to..." This means you're going to do something very soon. For example, "I'm just about to go to the shop. Do you need anything?" "Let me know." This is a friendly way to say, "Tell me when you're ready," or informed. For example, "Let me know if you need any help with that." "I'm not sure, to be honest." This is a polite way to say you don't know something. For example, "I'm not sure, to be honest. You might want to check with Adam." "It's up to you." This means someone can decide. You're fine with either option. For example, "We can eat out or cook at home. It's up to you." No worries. This means don't worry about it or it's okay. For example, "You're late. No worries, I just got here too." To be fair. This is a phrase used to introduce a balanced or honest opinion. For example, "To be fair, she was under a lot of pressure." That's a good point. This is used to agree with someone's idea or opinion. For example, "That's a good point. I hadn't thought about it that way." Fingers crossed. This is used when you're hoping for a good outcome. For example, "Fingers crossed the weather stays nice this weekend." At the end of the day. This is used to sum up or state what really matters. For example, "At the end of the day, what matters most is that we tried our best." I'm not a fan of. This is a polite way to say you don't like something. For example, "I'm not a fan of horror movies." I'll give it a shot. This means I'll try it. For example, "I've never played chess, but I'll give it a shot." I'm on it. This means you're already handling or about to start the task. For example, "Do you need that report? I'm on it." It's not a big deal. This means don't worry about it or it's okay. It refers to something that's not important. For example, "You forgot to call. Don't worry, it's not a big deal." I'll get back to you. This is used when you need time to check something before responding. For example, "Let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you." It is what it is. This is used when you accept a situation you can't change. For example, "We lost the game, but it is what it is." I'm down. This is an informal way to say you're interested or agree. For example, "I'm down for grabbing coffee later." I can't be bothered. This means you don't feel like doing something. For example, "I was going to clean my room, but I can't be bothered right now." That's the thing. This is used to introduce a key point in a conversation. For example, that's the thing. It sounds easy, but it's actually really complicated. Fair enough. This is a casual way to say that's reasonable or I see your point. For example, you want to leave early? Fair enough. It's been a long day. I'm good, thanks. This is a polite way to decline something. For example, do you want another slice? I'm good, thanks. I'm in the middle of something. This is a polite way to say you're busy right now. For example, can I call you back? I'm in the middle of something. That's more like it. This is used when something improves or meets your expectations. For example, a sunny day. That's more like it. Long story short. This is used before summarizing something quickly. For example, long story short, we missed the flight and had to rebook everything. Let's play it by ear. This means to decide what to do as things happen, rather than planning. For example, I'm not sure what time we'll leave. Let's just play it by ear. I haven't gotten round to it yet. This is used when you haven't had time to do something yet. For example, I meant to reply to the email, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm feeling a bit off today. This means you're not feeling quite right. This can be physically or mentally. For example, I think I'll skip the gym. I'm feeling a bit off today. Let's not jump to conclusions. This means don't assume something before you know the full story. For example, he didn't reply, but let's not jump to conclusions. It slipped my mind. This means you forgot something unintentionally. For example, sorry I missed your birthday. It completely slipped my mind. I'm not in the mood. This means you don't feel like doing something. For example, I was going to go out, but I'm not in the mood. That rings a bell. This means something sounds familiar. For example, her name rings a bell, but I can't quite place her. Better late than never. This means it's better to do something late than not at all. For example, you finally watched that movie. Better late than never. I'll take your word for it. This means you believe someone even if you can't confirm it yourself. For example, that place has great food. I'll take your word for it. I'm not feeling it. This is a casual way to say you're not into something. For example, I started watching that show, but I'm really not feeling it. Let me sleep on it. This means you need more time to think about a decision. For example, that's a big commitment. Let me sleep on it. We're on the same page. This means you agree or share the same understanding. For example, I'm glad we're on the same page about the deadline. I'm just messing with you. This means you are joking or teasing someone. For example, relax. I'm just messing with you. I'm all ears. This means you're fully listening and paying attention. For example, you said you had a crazy story. I'm all ears. That's not going to cut it. This means what someone did isn't enough or isn't good enough. For example, one paragraph for the whole report, that's not going to cut it. I'll keep you posted. This means you'll update someone when you have more information. For example, the meeting might get moved. I'll keep you posted. I've had enough for today. This means you're tired or overwhelmed and want to sleep. For example, I've had enough for today. Let's pick this up tomorrow. You read my mind. This means someone said or did exactly what you were thinking. For example, pizza? Yes, you read my mind. It's not the end of the world. This means it's not as bad as it seems. For example, you made a mistake, but it's not the end of the world. That's a stretch. This means it's unlikely or exaggerated. For example, you think they'll hire me with no experience. That's a stretch. I'm getting there. This means you're making progress, even if slowly. For example, my project isn't finalized, but I'm getting there. Don't quote me on that. This is used when you're unsure and don't want to be held accountable for what you said. For example, I think the store closes at 8, but don't quote me on that. I'm all set. This means you're ready or you don't need anything else. For example, thanks for checking in. I'm all set for the trip. It's a win-win. This refers to a situation where everyone benefits. For example, you get experience and they get help. It's a win-win. Let's touch base later. This means to check in or follow up at a later time. For example, let's touch base later this week to finalize the details. I'm on the fence. This means you haven't made a decision yet, so you're undecided or unsure about something. For example, I'm on the fence about going to the concert. That's the last thing I need. This is used when something annoying or frustrating happens on top of everything else. For example, now my car won't start. That's the last thing I need today. I'm swamped. This means you're very busy. For example, I'd love to join, but I'm swamped with work this week. It's not my thing. This is a polite way to say you're not into something. For example, camping is not really my thing, but you guys have fun. I could use a break. This means you're tired or overwhelmed and want to rest. For example, after all this running around, I could really use a break. Let's call it a day. This means it's time to stop working or to wrap things up. For example, we've done enough for now. Let's call it a day. I'm not buying it. This means you don't believe someone or something. For example, he says he forgot. I'm not buying it. Works for me. This means you're okay with something or agree to it. For example, want to meet at 6 instead of 5? Works for me. I'll pass. This is a polite way to decline an offer or invitation. For example, want to come to karaoke? I'll pass, but thanks. So far, so good. This means things are going well up to this point. For example, how's your new job? So far, so good. I'm just playing it safe. This means you're being cautious or avoiding risk. For example, I didn't invest too much. I'm just playing it safe for now.